This video is sponsored by Thermaltake, makers of RGB keyboards, cases, fans and coolers. Check them out using the link in the description below. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Thermaltake Riing Plus 12. These are the Premium Edition fans. And we're going to unbox them and we're going to show you how to install them in my editing rig. So without further ado, let's get started. So the box it comes in is pretty compact. There's 3 fans in this pack, along with all the cables and the controller box and everything else you need. So it is quite tight in here. Forget that happened. We'll edit that out. So we finally unboxed the fans without breaking them. And I'm just going to go through some of the cables that you get in the box. So you get obviously the 3 Thermaltake Plus fans, the Premium Edition fans. And some of the other cables you get are an interconnect cable. This allows you to connect up to 16, I believe it's 16 controllers. Yes, that's right, 16 controllers, giving you a total of a maximum of, believe it or not, 80 fans. That's just insane. Why you would need 80 fans in your case, I have no idea, but they give you that option. It's insane, actually. And the next cable is, now this is a bit of a disappointment actually, because this is the power cable for the controller box. This is a controller box. I'll go through it in a minute. So they're still using the Molex connector. I think it's time that everyone moved away from Molex. Really, seriously, don't use Molex. That then plugs into the controller itself, and that plugs into the Molex connector on your power supply. Please don't use Molex anymore. Okay, so the next cable we have, this one's a bit interesting actually. This is the USB to controller cable. So you need to plug this into a USB header on your motherboard, which is actually really, really good. But it also comes with two cables coming off of it. So essentially you could actually plug this straight into a second controller if you've already got one, premium that is. You can just plug that straight in. You don't need to put your other, plug another USB header cable in. You can just use that one. What I would have liked to have seen is the cables connected, actually, because they are separate. I guess that's for cable management, but I would have liked to have seen them together. Would have made cable management a little bit easier, I think. But we'll find out when we fit this thing later on. So the next, you get your usual screws for the fans. Long screws and short screws for each fan, which is great. And Velcro strip for the controller box. So you can mount that on the back of your case, or anywhere in your case really. Keep it out of the way and keep it nice and tidy. So you get 2 Velcro strips by the looks of it. No, just 1, sorry. And you get some more screws for your fan. So this is the controller box. It looks slightly different from the normal standard Ring fans, in that you can have up to 5 fans on this. You can connect up to 5. You can also plug from this to another controller as well. So you have dip switches on the back that allows you to configure which one this is. These are all software controllable. So although they're PMW fans, is it PMW? PWM fans, they are software controllable. So you can control them via the app on your phone or on the computer, and I'll show you those a bit later on in the video. Would it be nice to actually have a light on this? Maybe on the Thermaltake bit. Just a little change of colour LED that you can also control via software. So I'd like to see that in the next ones. And then actually, you could probably proudly mount that in your case so it's not hidden out the way. Because it seems a bit silly putting a Thermaltake logo on it when you're not even really going to see it. But anyway, that's not really that important. What's important is these babies here. So these are high static pressure fans. These are actually for sticking on a radiator. But I guess actually if you're going to put them in, if you're going to use them as airflow fans, then not going to perform quite as well as a proper airflow designed fan. However, that being said, if you're going to put this up against something else, normally maybe an exhaust fan, or on the front, maybe you're pushing air out the front or you're sucking air in the front, then actually they'd be just fine. You can use them for anything. I'm not intending to put them on a radiator. I don't think. I might. I'm not sure yet. Each fan has 12 LEDs on it, which are fully assignable, meaning that you can custom every single LED differently if you wanted to. You can design your own pattern on it. We'll go through how the software works a little bit later on. And they look very well made actually. They have rubber noise dampening bits where you screw the fans in, which is great. They also have quite long cables on the fans itself. So in your big case, if you've got one of the huge big Thermaltake cases, these will probably be fine actually. They're huge, which is great. And they've got kind of a rubber, it's not braided as such, it's really a rubbery finish on it. It's really quite weird. You have a choice of 16.8 million colours, which is insane. These use hydraulic bearings for long life, so they should last you, well, they should last you a really long time without having to change them. I'm not sure on the amount of time they will last, but I mean, fans will last forever. Even normal standard ones, cheapy ones will last forever. So these will last extra long. The software comes with 7 LED modes. As there are no buttons on the controller itself, it's all software controllable. So you either have to use the app on your phone, that's iOS or Android. So there's 7 LED modes. So they have a full lighted up, they have RGB spectrum lighting. We'll go through them all so you can actually see them working later. Ripple mode, pulse, wave, flow and sound effect mode. I'm quite interested in seeing how the sound effect mode pans out. Whether that would actually get annoying. Voice activated mode you can use on the app on your iPad or Android device. And apparently you can talk to it and it will then magically do its own lighting based on what you've said. So without further ado, we are going to fit these. So I'm going to fit 2 of them to the case. I think I'm going to put one in the front. I'm going to put one on the back to replace the dead standard ring fan that I have in this case. And I'm going to put one on the rad, which I've got at the top of this case. This is the Versa C23. I'll show you how to screw it to your case anyway. So you need to screw it to your case, you need the shorter screws. And basically you just line it up. Line up the fan. Line up the screw. Pop the screw in and basically screw it up. Don't over tighten it. Because one, you'll damage the head on the screw and you could actually damage the thread on the fan, on the plastic on the fan itself as well, which you don't want to do. You'll get problems installing it in another case. Having a magnetic screwdriver is extremely helpful. If you haven't got one, get one. It's a lifesaver. I've only got 2 screws in that, but it's just to show you guys basically how to attach it. Now, I've done this the wrong way around, because what I would actually do is make sure that the cable comes out the other side so that I can route the cable into the back and tidy up.
Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah.
So now comes the fun part, the wiring.
A world where you're absent.
So we're going to briefly go through the software for the Riing Plus RGB fans. As you can see here, it's displaying the 3 fans that I have in my case currently. That's what comes with the pack. And here you can see the fan speed, how much power is outputting to them, the light mode, color mode, and here you can see the 12 LEDs, which you can fully customize. Let's go through some of the settings on this. If you take off PWM mode, you can then control the fan speed. You can make it completely silent, stick it in 100% performance mode. I'm going to stick them all in silent, and you can see how low the fans go. While we're waiting for those to drop, you can see here down the bottom here, it shows you your IP address, shows you your CPU temperature in centigrade and Fahrenheit, and a few other details there. You also have 5 profiles you can set up. Don't forget, this is only 3 fans, this is only 1 controller. You can have more controllers via the same bit of software. So I'm going to go through some of the light modes. Currently I've got the other 2 fans on copy mode, so they will copy the first fan. So let's go through wave. I've got the setting on fast just so you can see the effect a bit more. Let's change that to extreme actually. So currently you can see the fans doing their thing, the wave, that's quite pretty. Full lighted mode. It is what it says. All the lights stay on constantly. No change in the colour there. Sound activated mode. I can't show you that right now, but I will show you that in a minute. Thermal mode is quite interesting. That will go through various colours as your CPU temperature rises or lowers. Cross mode, as you can see, is quite insane. It looks pretty. Look at them go. Shooting star mode is quite interesting. That will go between all the fans in your case. So it'll go, as you can see, it's doing one after another. So let's do the next one. Black hole is basically all the lights on, but with lights going off. Again, one fan after another. And aura mode. Very pretty. Flow overwrites colours as it goes past, cycling through all the different colours. And RGB spectrum mode. Again, cycles through the colours, fading as it goes. Ripple mode is quite a popular one I've seen on a lot of cases. You can change the colour of this, so if I go here and click a colour, it will change the colour of the fans, the LED on the fans. Obviously this is doing all the fans at the minute because I've got them all in copy mode, but you don't have to do that. So let's say we're going to set the first one on purple. I want to change that one to, let's do ripple. Change that to ripple. And as you can see, I'm changing colour. I'm going to change the speed on that one as well to extreme. Just so you can see the effect a bit better. I'm going to change that one to blue. I'm going to change that to red. And again with this one, the third fan, which is on the front of the case. And I'm going to change that one to blue. Now they're all doing something completely different. There is so many options with this. I don't even fully understand all the options with this software. You can actually individually assign. So if we do, let's do the one in the end. Let's change that to. cross mode. And you can click on these and change every other LED on the fan. As you can see there, I'm completely changing each individual LED on the fan. So they're going to be some crazy colours. Not great choice of colours, but it shows you guys that you can customise each LED. You can change the speed of those if you want them really slow. I prefer having them on either extreme or fast. Depends on what I'm doing really. And we can reset those to default. Clicking on the default button. Put them all back to high performance mode. This software will also do the Flow Ring RGB fans, the RL360 Plus fan, PR22D5 Plus fan, W4 Plus, VGA Plus and the Lumi Plus fans. So the layout of the software is it's a little bit old school, I think. It needs a bit of modernisation. It works, it does the job, but I think it could have been laid out a bit better. And that also follows through to the app on the Android and iOS phone. It's not perfect by any means, I'll be honest. It needs a lot of work, which is why I'm actually not going to show you the app. I don't believe it's of any benefit showing you an unfinished app. Some of the writing is not in the right language. It doesn't always connect to the fans, to the software on the computer, and there does seem to be a little bit of a delay when it does connect. And also, the main reason that I was going to show you the software is that the voice function is not yet available on Android at the time of filming this video. However, it is available on an iOS device, so if you have an iOS device, give it a go, why not? That brings us to the end of the video. We hope you found the review of the Thermaltake fans and the controller and how to fit them useful for you. I certainly enjoyed bringing that to you guys. So don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe and click the notification icon if you want updates about new videos that are coming out. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.